Hello, this is Tan Kit Hoong from Manara Star, and today we got Nikolay Malyarov from NewspaperDirect, who's here to talk about digital distribution of newspapers. So, how are you?
Very well, thanks.
And could you tell us a bit about your company and the technology and what you do?
Absolutely. Well, NewspaperDirect started just a bit over 10 years ago. We just celebrated our 10th anniversary, and we're in the market of distributing newspapers and magazines around the world. So we work with publishers on getting their content to their readers on various devices, be it in a printed format, be it on a computer, be it on a mobile phone, be it on an e-reader. We want to be able to offer the publishers a service where they can reach their users wherever those users are and whichever the device they use. And to do that, we have several, we have distribution networks set up that offer the content in all of those areas. Okay.
Oh, I just had a thought. What was your company originally doing before?
Right. Well, we've started as a company that distributed newspapers through a print-on-demand network. So we've set up that network where, say, if you're checking into a hotel in Hong Kong or in London, and you are a businessman from Malaysia, you can ask for the star to be printed there as you're checking in, or the hotel staff will indeed ask you about it, and the newspaper will be available to you on day A, at the same time that it would generally be available here in Kuala Lumpur. It would be available to you, thousands and thousands of kilometers away in a traditional replica format. Some hotels would offer it to their guests as a complimentary service. Some hotels you would pay for it. But generally, the business travelers is the demographic that we're going for, in the fact that they are willing to pay the money to get access to that news.
I see. So generally, your clients are hotels or individual consumers?
Well, for the printed product, it actually varies. There would be holiday makers, business travelers. We have print-on-demand installations on cruise ships, on quite a large number of cruise ships. So if you're obviously going on a cruise, you can have your newspaper printed for you if you're sitting in the middle of the ocean the same day that it's available locally. So it's quite diverse as far as the printed product is concerned.
Okay. So you said you originally started with a printed product, and now you're moving to various other devices. Tell me more about that.
That's exactly right. About 6 years ago, we have launched a new service called PressDisplay.com. PressDisplay.com was designed to offer readers a digital replica version of publications that we had available on the network. We have now grown to over 1,000 titles represented there from some 84 different countries. In PressDisplay.com, you get access to the same newspapers you'd get in your home country, but in a digital format, with all the different functionalities that come with it. Because obviously, when we release the paper online, we can add all the other functionality to it. You can translate it, you can listen to it, you can share it with your friends on social networks. You can read it online, you can read it offline. So the internet allows us to add all the interactivity to the printed edition that didn't exist, obviously, with the printed product. And Press Display is a great service. You'll find it in almost 2,000 libraries now around the world. So it's entirely possible that your hometown library already has the service available there. But generally, as a consumer, you can also subscribe to it. It's a paid-for service, and the publishers that participate in that service, they get paid for the content that is being distributed.
Okay. Can you freely distribute the file?
Right. Well, the publisher entrusts us with a file, and we do everything to ensure that the file is protected.
So it is DRM'd?
It is DRM'd for offline reading, yes. So online, it's also protected. We spent quite a bit of time on ensuring that that the readers enjoy the service, but at the same time, we're not able to redistribute the files without publisher's permission. And we have done so. The service has been quite successful.
Could you show us some of these devices then?
Right. Well, these devices, one thing that we strongly believe at NewspaperDirect is that the user, the reader, the newspaper and magazine reader should be able to access the content regardless of the device, on whichever device that is most convenient to them at that moment in time that they want to get access to that content. they should have access to it. And so it may very well may be a printed version of the paper at home when you're getting it in the morning with your cup of coffee, and then you are downloading onto one of the e-reader devices and taking it with you on the train whilst you're going to work. And then when you get to work, you're accessing the same content, or new content rather, through the website of the publishers that you're interested in. We allow our readers to access the publications from Press Display on standard computers, PCs and Macs, but also on all of the mobile phones. Have you got a BlackBerry? Have you got an iPhone or a Windows mobile smartphone? It's all available on those phones as well. What we have also started working on is obviously allowing the readers to access the content on e-reader devices. And
are you saying that we can access them from any device? If I subscribe to the service, any device that I have, I can. Or is it tied to one device?
It's not tied to one device, and that's the key. Your subscription is carried across all the devices that we currently support, and it's a convenience thing because you've already paid for that issue. You should be able to access it on whichever device that you've got available.
Okay. So anyway, you were going to.
Well, I was going to show you one of these devices. This is a company called IRX Technologies, and they produce an e-reader. This is just one of the e-readers or e-reader companies that we work with, but they allow us on the screen to present the full content of the paper in a replica format. For instance, this is the a newspaper that you should be quite familiar with. This is the Star from this morning. I was sitting in my hotel this morning, and I downloaded this issue, and it has the full content on it with all of the graphics.
On this e-reader, it's delivered via your PC, and you transferred it to the e-reader?
As of right now, yes. You have to synchronize it with your computer. I've synchronized it with my laptop this morning, but as the time progresses, all of these e-readers will become, will have the over-the-air download capability. You'll either be able to download it through the mobile network, which is the case with this particular device that has the SIM card in it, or you will be able to do it wirelessly through a Wi-Fi network. But all of them will have a capability of downloading content, streaming content. And really, I mean, these devices are sort of at their early stages of development. Really, just a handful of them are currently available in color, and it's still being tested as a technology. What we'll see is with time, the devices will improve in quality. They will obviously drop in price, so they will be more accessible to the readers. And it's quite plausible that the reader will have access to a whole bunch of devices, and it's really just whichever device that they've got available with them right there, and then they'll be able to access the content.
Okay. For devices with wireless, does it already support a wireless delivery?
Absolutely. Right. So if you if you've got a BlackBerry or an iPhone, you can get access to the content online. We're working on the offline applications as well for all these devices, but generally, the whole idea of the replica of the content is still preserved. And for instance, this is the iPod Touch, which has the same functionality as the iPhone, but you can take this and zoom in on the graphics and get it in the replica view, or get it in the text view as well on here. So
I see. So the experience is largely the same across devices.
Well, it is, and that's really what we've been working on, is to ensure that once you have subscribed to PressDisplay.com, or one of the e-papers that we run for our publishing partners, that your experience as the end user is the same. You have the graphical view of the page, you have the text view of the article, and you have the access to the table of contents for the paper, so you can quickly scan through the content in that paper. And it is really just to ensure that once you have a subscription, once you get another device, you don't have to learn how to use it with the service. You can get in and you'll know exactly what to do from the moment you go in.
Okay, I noticed this one. This one caught my attention earlier. So could you show us first? Fold it up and.
Right. Well, this is another company that we're working with.
Is it currently in production?
It's not yet. This is a prototype unit, but by its company called Polymer Vision, which is based in the Netherlands, similar to the IRX, and it's the flexible e-paper, right? So when you unfold it, this is really you can bend this piece of plastic anywhere you want, really.
And I have to point out that this isn't a demo display model. It actually works.
It does work, and what we should do is probably show the readers that how it works. This is the I've opened up the Washington Post, but you select a particular page that you're interested in, and let's select this page, for instance, and then you have the graphic of the whole page. Then you can move down to get more content from that page, and there is a cursor here that tells you which article you're on, and you can select another article that you want to read, and then from that point you select it and get it in text to you, and that's how your reading goes. It is a different user experience, really, across all these devices, but it's the fact of the matter is that somebody will be buying this device, somebody will appreciate how easy and portable this is, and we need to be able to offer the content that the publishers want to distribute to the user on that device, so they can. Are
you looking into? I'm sure users would want to know. You can get the complete content of the newspaper in the. Absolutely. Including the ads and.
Absolutely, it's the full edition of the paper. It's whatever the publisher sends us. We present online, and classified pages, full ads. They're all part of this product. This is the replica edition because in most countries where the audit bureaus of circulation accept this as an audited copy, we need to ensure that all that content is provided to the reader.
I see. And does it take long for you to format it for a digital version?
From the time we get the PDF file from the publisher, we need a maximum about 4 hours to process that file and empower all the functionality on it. As I said, we work with over 1,000 papers, and so we get content, coming to us every day, and that content is quite large. I mean, if you think of the pagination of every single title, so most of the processes that we've got at NewspaperDirect and that's our technology are automatic, which allows us to process all of that content straight away and make it available for readers. Generally, either at the same time that the printed version would be available in their home country, their home location, or sometimes even earlier than that.
Okay. You have a lot of Asian countries now which are your clients.
Well, we do. As I said, we work with 84 publishers from 84 different countries. In Asia, we work with publishers from Thailand, Malaysia, Singapore, China, Hong Kong, and Indonesia, and that, of course, expands then into Australia and Oceania as well.
I see.
We're very happy to work with our publishing partners on delivering the content to the readers, and we know that the readers appreciate having that opportunity, and the publishers appreciate serving the readers and providing that content to them.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Malyarov.
Thank you.
Okay, and that's about it. If you want more information, just check out the Star online.